and welcome everybody to a very special edition of JTH Reacts. It is July 7th, 2017, which means the biggest event of the summer is finally here. Spider-Man Homecoming! Yay! Oh, wait, no, hold that thought. Wait a second. I'm being told the script says I'm supposed to say the biggest event of the summer is Movie Trivia Schmoedown, Collision. Okay, so it might not be the biggest event of the summer, but come on. Any Schmoedown fan who says they're not ready for Collision, are you jacked on dope or something? I mean, seriously. Despite what I did in the beginning, I'm very much excited for Collision. I mean, hell, all my JTH Reacts have been building up to this very event. I ended up not seeing the free-for-all. My JTH Reacts started the episode after the free-for-all. So this is the first real mega event that I have reacted to. I'm very much looking forward to it. And I can't wait any longer. But let's get into a little bit of detail before we get into the event itself. The first part of Collision is very much a geek nerd speciality, or geek nerd edition of Movie Trivia Schmoedown, because the first match, we've got the highly anticipated team match between Rotten Tomatoes and Nerds Watch, my two personal favorite teams, so I don't want to see either of them lose. Now, if you saw again, as I hinted to before, if you saw Take 3 Productions Reactor Summit that I took part in, you know who I've picked to win the match. But even if you don't know, you'll very much find out by my reaction as to who's going to win. Or perhaps by what I'm wearing, you might know who I'm picking to win. And then in the second match, we have the highly anticipated InnerGeekdom Championship match between challenger Jeremy Jahns and champion Hector Navarro. Now, in the Reactor Summit, that match was very interesting because the 8 of us that were a part of the Reactor Summit, we were split right down the middle. 4 of us took the challenger, 4 of us took the champion. So a lot of us are going to be pretty disappointed and sad when that result happens. But again, I have made my prediction on that video, but you'll find out who I picked based on the reaction of the end result of the match. But yeah, needless to say, I'm not waiting any longer. Let's not wait any longer. Let's get into Movie Trivia Schmoedown presents Collision Part 1. Let's strap back and prepare for a couple good hours of movie trivia, shall we? Let's get to it. Alright, I hope you're ready, because I am too. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1.
There's a championship match coming up.
That intro again.
There is still a path to victory. We are here to erase villains and bring back heroes.
You can throw anybody you want at me. I'm going to hold on to this thing for years until finally somebody has to like forcibly retire me to be like, okay, Hector, we need other people to play.
I can't stop here. You can't just get here and then stop. I gotta go for Hector. So Hector, it's you and me, man.
Christian Harloff. This is the match I've wanted since I started.
Oh god, I got so much crap for taking Snyder in the Summit.
Twice already.
I'm shocked, and I beat you once.
If he loses, then oh well. But you know, I got no problem being the bad guy every once in a while.
He's gonna give me a shot at that belt at Collision. We're gonna make this a triple threat.
Collect them all! Yay!
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here. We're on the big day. It's Collision. Let's go talk to some of your favorites and see what's going on.
What have we got here?
The gang's all here.
Okay, this is something I don't usually do, but I'm probably going to end up cutting out that 20-minute opening because I just realized I didn't really say anything during that entire intro. I was just kind of caught in the moment. It was nice to see everything, but in terms of her reaction, you know, things that you actually want to see in a reaction, I didn't really do anything. So yeah, so
it's a microphone.
Fair warning, I actually might edit all that out.
Ask him.
Okay.
Don't ask me, okay?
All right.
I'm Dagneo. That's interesting. Uh-oh. What's that all about?
No, because you're gonna try to pull something. I don't want you touching my mic. I will get it.
Well, be careful.
Yep.
Well, it's right back there. I see it already.
I don't see it anywhere.
It's right there. Just keep looking right there.
Oh, no. No. Uh-oh.
Welcome, one and all, to the Collision.
Campia is there. Hello, John.
Schmoedown. I'm
Not expecting to see you. It's good to see you on there.
This is something, man. We've been working up to this thing for a long time. It's been teased. There are some great matches here today. 4 big matches, 2 number 1
Emma.
contender
I feel sorry for her.
and 2 championships on the line.
You know, since
Never
the
gets to
Motion
have
Picture
any
was created
fun.
in 1890, the entire history of cinema has been a countdown to this event. This is what it has all been about. 2 titles on the line, 2 number 1 spots, incredible competitors across the board. This is going to be a day to be remembered.
Some big superstars here in the world of the Schmoedown. I mean, we've got a number 1 team contenders between the Nerds Watch and the potential Rookie of the Year, Rachel Cushing.
What in the hell are they wearing? I shouldn't say hell. They might give me the ruler like in Blues Brothers. Oh, you fat penguin! Ah, yes. There's the InnerGeekdom Championship match. I noticed in the title they say Movie Trivia Schmoedown Part 1, Jeremy Jahns versus Hector Navarro. What disrespect! Not even giving the team match any credit. Oh my!
Jeff Snyder for the number 1 spot.
That's one.
He turned into a munchkin.
Ones, if you really take yourself out of it for a moment, you're looking
Munchkin
at Jeff
Schneider.
Been
What's
on
he trying to
an
do?
undeniable role. Sure, right now
I
when
could
you
do
think
that
about
too.
Jeff Snyder, you think about
Should probably try to look tall
team
though.
Division, because they are just dominating the team division like we
You
have
look more
never
manly.
seen a team dominate. As a matter
The
of fact, you could
handsome
probably make
hunk
the
of
argument
manly
that
man.
this team, the Patriots, is dominating the division more than any singles competitor has, any InnerGeekdom competitor, and certainly any team.
Well, just 3 days ago, they go ahead and they beat Top 10, not TKO them, and they beat Dan Merle's record, a former member
the
of
Waterman
the
is
squad.
here.
They have 3 title defenses, and Jeff Snyder, I'd be lying if it's not a little
Swell time for him to
intimidating.
show
The guy is
up.
on fire.
I guess he's
But
interested in
we're here
watching
for
Collider
one
Collision
reason and
too.
one reason alone, and that is the triple threat match for the singles championship between the only 3 guys who have ever held the belt. You've got the former champion, the Outlaw, John Roca, who is determined to get it back. You've got dangerous Dan Merle, who is one of the most dominant champions of all time.
The screenshot says
Mark
Willie.
You know, this match reminds me a lot. If you
Says
go back
Willie.
to the old WWE days when Chris
Probably
Jericho
should have
shocked the world by
moved
beating Stone Cold
the
Steve
shiny
Austin
part
and The Rock.
into one of the
Nobody
versus
thought he had the
parts so
chance,
you can
and
actually
that
see
is
Riley.
That is position Mark Riley finds himself
They'll
in
learn
right
from
now.
that, I'm sure.
Did he luck into this belt? I'll tell you what, if he defends that title today, all those questions are answered.
And before we get into the actual matches, a big shout out to Brian Ward. You see those designs right there. The Collider Collision, that is Brian Ward at his best. He's done a lot of great posters and everything too. Thank you to Brian Ward. All right, we got a lot going on. There's some stuff behind the scenes, and we're going to lead right into our match, the Nerds Watch versus Rotten Tomatoes.
Making their Schmoedown debut.
Oh, this is cool.
Nerds Watch.
We found ourselves today. We look deep down and we know we belong as well. There is still a path to victory that will take us to the Patriots. We understand the path to victory. It's still out in front of us. But I'm telling you, our eye is on the prize.
Eyes are on the prize, but that prize has got a big brick wall right in front of it. We'll face it says their biggest opponents, yes, but shouldn't it say their freshest opponents yet?
There's a championship match coming up, and we are going to take on the winner, and we will be the champions.
I just checked my watch. It's quit messing around a clock.
Certified fresh. So many people have said this, and I totally agree. As soon as actually shaved off the goatee, he looks like a 20-year-old.
We're not here for a sideshow.
He looks like a little boy.
Faces smashed in.
Especially next to Gray. Gray looks like his mama.
Collider Collision, Rachel, we are here. The Nerds Watch has finally arrived at a point
Ken
of
Napzok wearing a
Mr.
Anderson.
Well, I'll tell you, today
Anderson shirt.
Hey, Sister Mary Rotten.
Yes, Sister Mary Tomato.
Ask me if you think that the Nerds Watch is going to win this match.
Sister Mary Tomato. None of the above. Do you think the Nerds Watch is going to win this match?
That's nonsense, Bjorn!
We have
here.
We've played 2
language. You're a nun.
We're ready to take
You're
on
a nun.
Tomatoes.
Give
Not
me
underestimating
the ruler.
They are great competitors, but it's the Collision. It's the #1 contender match. This is why we joined the league. We're here to win. We're here to move on to our goal, which is to take on those damn Patriots.
When we beat the
Damn
Nerds Watch,
Patriots.
we
She
are
got
gonna
it right. She's learned real
strike
quick.
down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger and a very loose interpretation of Sam Jackson's speech in the great film Pulp Fiction. They will not take our trivia.
And not the greatest impersonation either, I might add. But hey, sometimes it's not about getting the voice right. It's just about making it funny.
Rachel, like you said, they know their stuff. We know this is the final proving point. The Nerds Watch does not back down from challenges. We did not come this far to shrink away quietly into the night.
Hey, Sister Mary Rotten,
Yes, Sister Mary Tomato.
what do you have to say to these jokers that we're going up against today that are obviously in league with the great double HEL hockey sticks?
You know, the Lord teaches us mercy, and teaches us forgiveness,
but not
and
the,
teaches us
not
charity.
Speech, not the great power of speech.
But the Lord said to kick some ass.
Yeah, I think it's in.
If the Lord said that, then I can't wait to get to heaven. Oh, this is going to be fun.
There's a lot going on right now with these two teams. Rotten Tomatoes and the Nerds Watch. This is tough. Rotten Tomatoes, this is the 3rd time they have been in a shot to get a title shot.
As far as the Reactor Summit, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was 5-3 in favor of Nerds Watch, which I was in the majority pick, as you can obviously see. I believe that myself, Case,
they have been making statements in their matches.
trying to remember.
Well, I'm ready to get going here. This is a big one.
I know Chris Doman took Rotten Tomatoes. Evan took Rotten Tomatoes.
Their strengths are.
I'm blanking on everybody else. They'll probably remind me once I see their reaction. So
costumes. The Nerds Watch. You got
either way, it was 5-3. It was pretty split down the middle. I think David Crossan took Nerds Watch also.
We are ready to go. John, I'm ready to get started.
Let's get this thing going.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
movie trivia Schmoedown. Yeah!
Introducing first, representing the Nerds Watch with a record of 2 wins, no defeats. They are the #5 ranked contenders, the Pit Boss, Ken Napzok, and Rachel, the Crusher, pushing the Nerds Watch. There he is, the big move there opens up.
But missed.
Moves over, and there's the Crusher.
Drawing blanks, just like Evan DeGraff.
Drinks and those things.
He drinks and those things! Yes! Yes! Yes!
The crowd is going nuts right now.
Oh, yes!
They're ready to go. They love the Nerds Watch.
I know, with the meteoric rise that she said.
I love him too.
Let's not forget, Ken Napzok is a champion in this league. He is the Star Wars reigning champion at the moment.
Ken Napzok, he's gonna party like it's yesterday, I guess.
What's she gonna do? They're gonna look for her to crush it.
Oh no! 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 No!
She crushed the tomato.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Now she got sticky hands. Sticky hands.
with a record of 4 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 knockout. They are the number 3 ranked contenders. Great drink.
Blues Brothers. It's Blues Brothers.
Tomatoes.
You will always have a degree of flair that comes out with
And now, this week's sermon is from our beloved, the Reverend Cleophas Jahns.
Man actually just is knocking the table around. Yeah.
Still don't know how Jake managed to do any backflips in that movie. He didn't look like the athletic type.
So we have our 2 teams. They are ready to go. Round number 1.
Yeah, the match ain't even started yet, and this is awesome.
8 questions, each worth 1 point apiece. They will write it down on the board. When it is time for them to reveal their answer, they will
My
reveal
2
it
favorite
to the
teams,
camera
and they did
at
not
the same
disappoint
time.
on their
They have
entrances.
15 seconds to answer the question. Then you also have the JTE rule. That means you can only ask 3 times in the entire match to repeat the question. There's a challenge rule, meaning you can challenge something if you don't like the way it went. If it is overturned, you keep your challenge. If it is not, you lose your challenge. If anybody scores 8 points in the first round, you will get a bonus question worth 1 point.
Which you might as well go ahead and ask it now, because that's becoming the norm nowadays.
Yes, my son.
Amen. Amen.
Nerds watch. Are you ready?
Hold on.
Part 1 of 4.
Oh, there.
Okay, I drink and I know things. Good.
By the old
Lady.
gods and the new, we are ready.
Lady.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Yay! Made me wait way too long for that.
In the team division, question 1 in the category of comedy. In which film does Meryl Streep play a ruthless fashion magazine editor?
All right.
Meryl Streep, you might as well tell me how to deactivate an atomic bomb.
All right, let's see. 5,
Meryl Streep's just not my taste.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Matt Atchity.
I hate to admit, but the devil, he wears Prada.
That is correct. Ken.
The devil wears Prada.
Correct.
Yeah, the devil does wear Pradas.
Rachel Cushing.
Devil wears Prada.
There you go.
And
All
we're
on the
4
board.
for
2-2.
4 right off the bat.
All right, John.
All right, guys. we move
One
into the
question
second
in.
question of round
We've
number
passed
1.
the Mance
Your
Rutnick
question
line.
comes from the category of action
Yay!
adventure.
Rejoice, everybody. There's 2
What
nuns. Let's rejoice.
2015 film starring Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer was a big screen adaptation of a 60s television series.
Oh, what was that movie?
So, too. You and I? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. We got the goods. 5, 4, 3.
Can you repeat the
I've
question?
never seen the trailers for it.
That's 1.
What 2015 film starring Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer was a big screen adaptation of a 1960s TV series?
What was the name of that movie?
We have 2 left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Ken Knapsack.
I saw that movie with Mark Andreyko, The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
That is true.
Correct.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Ray
man.
Drake.
Man from U.N.C.L.E. turns saints into sinners.
Rachel Cushing.
That's right.
Capilla Kalinowski couldn't get it.
Didn't get it. Okay.
Oh, no, Rachel.
Was the man from U.N.C.L.E.
Rotten
Rotten
Tomatoes taking the
Tomatoes
lead here.
goes into the lead.
A rare miss by the
They
Crusher.
draw first blood.
All right, here we go. Next category in the category of horror/thriller. Jackie Earle Haley stepped into a reboot of which iconic horror franchise in a 2010 remake? 2010 had a remake. The whole year.
The Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, which
Entire year. Dude that
sucked.
does not get enough roles, in my opinion, Jackie Earle Haley.
There was a lot of
5,
horror reboots
4,
around that
3,
time.
2, 1. Pens down, please. And Gray Drake.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Correct. Rachel Cushing.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Matt.
That Freddy Krueger's going to hell.
Nightmare
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ken Knapsack.
I put Freddy, The Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right, there you go.
There
so
we go.
Ken got it. All right, so here we go. So 6-5.
that one
Rotten
right.
Tomatoes.
It's probably
has
the
not
only
missed
horror
yet.
question I'll ever get right.
All right, guys, we're moving to your 4th question, round number 1, and that comes to you from the
They
category
did
of
remake a lot of
drama.
horror stuff around that time.
Who plays the role of Winston the Wolf in Pulp Fiction?
The Wolf. Clark Wolf.
Ken out there,
Winston the
giving it
Wolf
some thought.
Wolf.
Missed opportunity that Clark Wolf's never come out as that.
That is true. She really should.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Rachel Cushing.
Tarantino.
Harvey Keitel.
That's correct. Matt Atchity.
Could not remember his name.
All right, misses. And Ken.
Harvey Keitel.
Correct. Gray.
Oh,
Harvey Keitel, I will
Ray.
strike down upon thee.
Gray Drake has been perfect so far.
Mm.
She's the only one. Oh, Ken has not missed either. So we both,
Wow.
Gray and Ken, both playing perfect. All right, next one.
And we've tied it up.
Category of famous directors. Famous directors is your next
The
category.
sidekicks have
Who
been perfect,
directed
and
National
the
Lampoon's
so-called leaders
Vacation?
have
Holiday Road.
missed the questions.
Holiday Road.
That's very
I'm
unusual.
surprised how people actually don't know the answer.
Directed National
That's why it's a
Lampoon
great
Vacation.
question.
Great question.
5, 4,
When it comes to directors again,
3,
you just
2,
might as well
1, pens
give me a
down.
pass
Matt
on that
Ashley.
one.
I hope it's Ivan Reitman.
It's incorrect.
Incorrect.
10.
John Landis?
Incorrect. Gray.
No, Ivan Reitman.
Incorrect.
I said John Landis.
Wow.
Harold Ramis.
The
isn't
late,
it?
great Harold Ramis.
Oh,
Harold
It was
Ramis.
Harold
So
Ramis. Oh,
the
God.
perfect rounds are gone for both teams. All right, here we go. Next
I
category.
should have just guessed. He
All
was
right,
pretty
guys,
much
your
the
next question comes
director
from
of all the
category
comedies
new
back in that
releases.
age. Should just said
What
it.
movie does Jake Gyllenhaal's character send a manuscript to his ex-wife, played by Amy Adams?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Ken Knapsack.
Did you see that boxing movie he was in?
Boxing movie is incorrect. Gray Drake.
It was Nocturnal Animals.
That's correct. Rachel.
My brain is not
Oh,
working.
Rachel missed. Okay, and actually,
The devil is in charge of Nocturnal
2
Animals.
point
There
lead
we
here.
go. That was
Rotten
big.
Tomatoes.
Oh, man.
Next category, in the category of fantasy sci-fi,
That was
which actor played the role of
big hit and
Beast
miss.
for the first time in X-Men First Class? And 5, 4,
I don't know that
3,
one.
2,
I know
1.
who
Pens
played
down.
Beast in
Gray Drake.
Last Stand.
Grammar.
That's incorrect. Rachel.
Nicholas Holt.
That's correct. Matt.
Yeah,
Some
she thought it was
kid
first
who
class.
turns out to be named Nicholas Holt.
And Ken.
I've always liked the name Taylor, which is a random name.
But they did pick
Praise
up point
be
at
to
9-8. Next
Praise
category.
be to
Next
Taylor.
category.
All right, guys, we move into your final question
Yeah.
in round number 1. This comes to you in the category of animated films. Charlie Day voiced Benny the Astronaut in what 2014 animated smash hit?
Is that, was it
A little tougher the last couple questions. I like it. And 5,
Planet 51?
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Rachel Cushing.
I was trying for Monsters and Aliens.
That's incorrect. Matt.
Arlo. I mean, the Lego movie.
That's
Sorry.
correct. I know where you went with that. I know where you go with that. All right, Ken Knapsack.
It was a Lego movie.
That's correct. And Gray.
Oh, Monsters U, where I got my degree.
Spaceship.
So we stay here. It is
I
tit for
cannot
tat. 10-9
believe that.
after round 1. What a round
How did I
1.
screw that up?
Between Rotten Tomatoes
that
and the
movie?
Nerds
Right
Watch.
there.
Round number 2. Here's how it works.
Ding, 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 right there. How did I freaking forget that?
It will land on a category.
Spaceship,
If
spaceship,
they don't like it
spaceship.
The first time they can spin again, of course, unless it lands on opponent's choice, then they have to stick with it. They have to land on it the second. If it lands on the second time, whatever it lands on, they have to stick with that. Also, it is worth 2 points apiece each question, unless they go to multiple.
This
choice.
is me.
It
It's a brick
1
wall.
point apiece. You can steal from your opponents. 6 questions, 15 seconds to answer.
I did
Rotten
terrible
Tomatoes,
in
you have
that
a 1
first
point
round.
lead. Would you like to go first?
Get
or
used to
second?
that. That'll happen quite
You're
often.
Second. All right, Nerds Watch. Give it a good spin, please.
All right, here comes Ken.
There
it goes.
Really
Look at
great
that.
luck
That's interesting.
lately on the wheel. And what's it going to go on? It's going to
Gonna
land on 80s movies.
80s films. Oh,
80s
this is
movies.
interesting. Will he go for
Ken
it?
has never seen a movie in the 80s. Yeah.
They're still making that.
You're right, Christian. I'd like to thank my mother for still not wanting me to see Top Gun.
It's all Gremlins questions.
I thought since that's when his last date was, he might have stuck with it.
So they, yeah, it's
Gonna land
Opponent's
on
choice.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
All
Ooh.
Denzel movies from the 80s, right?
Denzel Washington from the 80s. 6 questions in the world of Denzel Washington. All right. Detective Alonzo Harris is assigned a young officer to evaluate, played by whom in Training Day?
Ethan Hawke.
Correct for 2 points.
There's
All
Cole.
right. Who directed the 1996's The Preacher's Wife?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Penny Marshall, B, Denzel Washington, C, Carl Franklin, D, Forrest
Lee
Whitaker?
Marshall.
They're working it out.
5, 4, 3.
C.
Incorrect.
Can we hear the
Choices once you can hear, yes. Penny Marshall, Denzel Washington, Carl Franklin, Forrest Whitaker.
No, that's what they said was wrong.
5.
We're going to say Forrest Whitaker.
That's incorrect. Looking for Penny Marshall. Penny Marshall.
Hey, I got a question.
Here we go.
Right at the
question 3. Denzel Washington
didn't
received
get.
his first Oscar nomination for acting in which film?
Cry Freedom.
That's correct for 2
Correct.
points.
Big
That's
answer.
Big, real big.
Big one. They needed that.
That was good.
It's a big one. They
Question
2 points
4.
there.
Who plays the criminal mastermind that Denzel is trying to apprehend in 2006's Inside Man?
Clive Owen.
That's correct.
Correct. Another 2-pointer.
Rachel the Crusher is back. All right, here we go. Question 5. What veteran action director was at the helm for the 2006 sci-fi thriller Deja Vu?
Tony Scott.
Correct.
Big
for 2
on
more
a
points.
roll.
Big. Your last question in the world of Denzel.
They can get this
Who
one
plays
at
Betty
any
Spas,
points in
wife
this one.
to Malcolm X in 1992's Malcolm X?
Oh, come on.
So Ken's got an idea what it might be.
5.
Multiple choice.
Yeah.
Is it A, Angela Bassett, B, Vivica A. Fox, C, Alfred Woodard, D, Holly Robinson?
A.
That's
Angela
correct.
Correct.
Absolutely. 18-10.
Big point.
Very solid
One
round
point,
here
that's huge.
by the Nerds Watch, and Rotten Tomatoes needs to catch up here by at least 8 points. And Gray, please give it a good spin. There's
There
the
we
spin.
go.
It's going around the board.
Hoping to avoid that opponent's
They
choice.
are, or hopefully getting spinner's choice. And it's going to land on, coming right around, I was missing it, and it's going to land on
Sports movies.
Sports movies.
They do not look happy.
No.
Lord's telling us to go again.
Going to spin away from sports movies. Great.
There it goes again.
Sports is the
And
devil.
This is what they get. They're hoping it's going to land on something big. Praying to that wheel. It's going around, and it looks like it's going to land on.
Whoa!
And it's
80s
movies. 80s movies.
Matt
All
actually
right.
happy
Like
about
that
that.
That was the slowest
Happy man.
continuing
All
spin
right, Team
in a
Rotten
while.
Tomatoes.
Might be
your
time
first
to
question
readjust
in the
that wheel.
category of 80s movies. In the film At Close Range, who plays Sean Penn's absentee father?
Multiple choice, please.
All right, is it A, Christopher Walken, B, Robert Duvall, C, Gene
Robert
Hackman,
Duvall.
D, Martin
They
Sheen?
guessed Robert Duvall and got it right. They said it 17 times.
He's in every movie. I'm going to say Gene Hackman.
It's
It's
incorrect.
incorrect. Chance for steal.
Robert Duvall.
Duval.
Incorrect. We were looking for Christopher Walken.
Ooh.
Wow.
They were hoping to get a Robert Duvall win by the Patriots.
Ah, he called my bluff.
All right.
Called my
Your second
shot.
question in the category of 80s films. In the movie Trading Places, the partners of the firm Lewis worked for had a wager concerning both Lewis and Billy Ray. What was the value of their wager?
Their standard wager, $1.
Correct for 2
That's
points.
correct. There you go. 18-12 here as Rotten Tomatoes starts to
Which
make
is,
a move.
Praise.
My usual wager too, but sometimes I'll get
Your third
a
question.
little risky and go to
In Ghostbusters,
$1.23.
Bill Murray equates mass hysteria to human sacrifice and what?
Dogs and cats living together.
There you go. Two more
Correct for
points.
2 more
Rotten
points.
Tomatoes here.
Church does not condone.
Showing
Church
what they're
cannot
doing.
condone.
Rotten Tomatoes doing a good job here. Question number 4.
Your next question. What was the nickname of Sean Astin's character Clarence in 1987's Like Father, Like Son?
Deep cut.
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Was it A, Trevor, B, Trigger, C, Digger, D, Ringer?
I'm going to go with Sean Astin, right? Sean
Yeah.
Astin or
Yes.
Sean Austin?
Astin.
Astin. Makes a difference.
Huge difference.
We're going to go with Trigger.
And you would be correct.
There you go. Question number 5.
In Back to
Like a
the
1 point
Future
lead. They
2,
get these both right.
the Chicago Cubs win the World Series in the future timeline that Marty and Doc Brown visit. From what city was the team that they beat from? You got to know Back to the Future to know this one.
Well, not necessarily.
5. Can we get a multiple choice, please?
Sure. Were they from A, New York, B, Boston, C, Detroit, D, Miami?
Miami.
Correct for 1 point.
1 point. Your final question in round number 2.
They called the Marlins
Who
going to
appeared as
Miami.
singing waitress Mrs. Murphy in The Blues Brothers?
That would be, and we all need to respect,
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin.
Correct
There
for
you
2
go.
points.
Tie game. What a match so far. Tie game after that tit for tat. Look at that. We go to the 3rd round now.
I just had a
and it
stinking
works
feeling
like
they were
this.
going to be
The
tied up
teams
after all
will
that.
get to choose between 3 numbers from 1 to 20.
1 to 20. I think we're
First
sticking
one
with
worth
that,
2
and I like that.
points. Second one will be worth 3. The third one worth 5
The
points.
random
Once
1
they
to
hear a
21,
category,
the
they
random
can
1 to
choose which
23.
team
That
gets
got a
the
little
2, which gets
unusual.
the 3, and then they confer
Keep
on
it
the
simple,
5 if
stupid.
It comes down to that, but it is a tie game here.
Kiss, kiss,
so
kiss.
we're going to start with the higher ranked team, Rotten Tomatoes. You guys are higher ranked. Please pick your 3 numbers.
5.
And my favorite song, 316.
So you want 5, 3, and 16.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. So Nerds Watch.
7.
7.
8 and 13, Chief.
13. 7, 8, and 13. Again, because Nerds Watch is the lower ranked team, we're going to start with Nerds Watch. Nerds Watch, for your 2-point question, you chose a category of 80s. Who's going to take the 2-pointer?
I'll take it.
You'll take it.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right, Ken Knapsack. What is the name of the actor who voices the spaceship in Flight of the Navigator?
Paul Rubin.
2 points for the Nerds Watch. Big shot. We bounce back to Rotten Tomatoes here on question number 5.
That's a big hit
John.
there. Ken
All right.
Ken hitting his is
For your
huge.
2-point question, you selected the category of comic book movies.
Who's taking that?
I'll take it.
All right.
Sister Mary Rotten will.
For 2 points, who plays Professor Arnold, who is kidnapped at the outset of the movie in Kingsman: The Secret Service?
I would love to say none of your business, but that is the legendary Mark Hamill.
Correct for
2
2 points. Tied it up
Oh,
again.
man. So he bounced back now to the Nerds Watch. What a match so far. We get
Absolutely.
the next category. Rachel, you're getting the category of fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi.
Okay.
Who plays Hugh Jackman's love interest in the sci-fi film Real Steel?
Evangeline Lilly.
For 3 points.
For 3 points.
Wow.
This is going down to the
20.
wire.
Here we
That's
go
a
now.
good call.
Back to Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, Rotten Tomatoes, for your 3-point question, you chose the number 3. That gives you the category of crime films. Who played Tom Hanks's character's son in the movie Road to Perdition?
Uh-oh.
Sean Astin.
That's incorrect. We were looking for Tyler Hoechlin.
All right, Tyler.
Of course.
That's a tough one. All right, so then it comes down to this. Rotten Tomatoes needs to hit their 5-point question, or Nerds Watch will win the game. If they hit it, it bounces back to Nerds Watch, and Nerds Watch will have to hit their 5-pointer. John,
On one end, I'm hoping that
Your 5-pointer to stay
they
alive
miss
in
it,
the
but at
match.
the same time, I'd like to see it come down to the final question.
You chose the number 16. That gives you the category of Oscar movies.
And can we confer on this?
Yes, you
5-pointer?
can. Yes.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank
The
you.
5-pointer you
Thank
can
God.
confer.
Bless you.
Screen legend Christopher Plummer finally won his first Academy Award
Very nice.
for a supporting role in what 2011 film?
Beginners.
Correct for
Rotten
5 points.
Tomatoes. What a battle here. So Nerds Watch is forced to answer the
How
5-pointer. If the Nerds Watch hits the 5-pointer, they will be challenging the Patriots for the team titles. If they miss it, Rotten Tomatoes will be challenging for the titles in August or September.
Come on.
Here is the final question. You guys chose dance movies.
Ken specialty. Ken specializes in this
Dance
category.
movies.
Jesus.
All right.
What a time for a new category.
In which Rob Reiner film does Daphne Zuniga play John Cusack's love interest?
Oh, no.
have 2 repeats left. 5, 4, 3.
I'd like to have the question repeated, sir.
All right, that's 2 that you've used so far. In which Rob Reiner film does Daphne Zuniga play John Cusack's love interest?
I like how they're not even pretending to listen to you now.
Well, they need it.
Yeah, absolutely.
5,
it's good strategy.
4, 3.
One more time.
They're using their last one.
In which Rob Reiner film does Daphne Zuniga play John Cusack's love interest? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Better off dead.
And your winners, Great Trick, Matt Anthony, Ryan Tomatoes. We were looking for The Sure Thing. The Sure Thing was the name of the film. The Short Rotten Tomatoes.
Celebrating at the table.
So JTH is now 0-2 on the Collider Collision Week predictions.
That is what this game is all about. Final question, the 2 greatest words in competitive sports at all. That was fantastic. And a game right down to it, a true 5-point question. It was a tough one. They thought about it. They used the right strategy. They stretched out as much time as they could. They just weren't able to pull that one off.
So Rotten Tomatoes going up against the Patriots. There you go. Okay, so we're going to bounce back to Emma Fife now, who is standing with both the Nerds Watch and Rotten Tomatoes.
That was a swell time for a brand new category.
Guys, actually, it's going to be yours truly, Grace Hancock, because I'm a real professional, unlike some people.
Who will be damned.
Who will be damned. Welcome, movie trivia Schmoedown fans, to the Collider Collision. I am here with our champions from the first match, Rotten Tomatoes. Congrats.
Yeah, my cup runneth over, bitches.
That is right. We're going to get
so over. Okay, guys. You defeated IGN. You're here today. That was a really, really close match, pretty much the whole way through.
Straight to hell we sent them. Heaven's on our side.
Exactly. I see what you did there. Were you guys ever nervous at any point? I mean, that 5-point question towards the end was, I mean, we were all a little nervous. I was nervous.
I will say I had a little bit of doubt, a little anxiety, but we
just
prayed.
Like in seminary school.
We prayed, and the Lord took care of us.
Yeah, you know what? This is one of the first matches where I've ever felt.
Lord was not on my
really
side. I guess I'm going
down.
down.
Like
down
I
to hell.
completely smashed that first round.
Well,
I nearly did perfectly.
And I think some of that
vanity is a sin, so forget everything.
But also some of that vanity does. I'm sorry, the serenity. Some of that serenity, admittedly, comes from the Valium.
Right. That's totally agree. I mean, Nerds Watch is they're a formidable opponent. I mean, you guys were pretty toe-to-toe, but you guys came through.
We did, they smashed that tomato, and we had to pay them back.
It was very messy and very dramatic. I enjoyed it a lot.
Don't nobody smash a tomato, but Rotten Tomatoes.
Tomatoes are the Lord's fruit. Do not smash them.
All right, so
will be smashed and smited.
And
Is it
smoked.
I think it's smoked.
I don't like to be smoked.
Okay, so guys,
I don't know grammar.
Next, you guys have my boys.
Oh no.
Well, hello. Look at these people.
Thanks, guys, for carrying in my new accessory.
Can I just say, do we even have to do this match? Can we put like a computer simulation and just know what the odds are going to be? Because it's on paper, they're not going to beat us.
Yeah, God was on your side today because you definitely got lucky.
We actually just want the shiny stuff, guys. All this blah 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 is like not interesting at all. I'm just gonna keep drinking my beer.
I mean, are you guys intimidated to be going up against my team?
We're six.
I had such a high opinion of you until just that moment.
Matt, how's your back? Is it hurt carrying Gray? Is your back okay? Because I mean, you're carrying dead weight here.
My back hurts no more than your asses are going to hurt when we kick them.
Oh, my God.
I'm just going to say that.
No,
Look, you guys are cool. You guys have had a good run. And, I'm sorry, we're going to come and we're just going to slay.
Well, listen, I'm glad that you guys found God today because you're going to need him when you play us.
That's actually true. Everyone needs God. Amen.
You better actually join the priesthood or something, because that's the only chance you got.
I recommend these get modified into floral patterns so that they match my whole floral vibe, because that's what's going to happen.
His underwear.
Exactly.
That's a weird thing to know about your boss.
Seriously, you guys are all about making jokes and wearing costumes and stuff.
So
we're about winning. We're focused and determined.
I think we've given them enough time. People actually care.
Oh, good to see you guys. I'll catch you soon.
But Jeff, I want to leave you with one thing. Jeff's right. We are about making jokes, and we're going to make jokes out of them.
All right, well, we will see, to be determined. Again, guys, I'm Grace Hancock. I'm going to be here all day for Collider Collision. Hey, guys, and here I am now with the Nerds Watch, our unfortunate losers from today. Okay, guys, this is your first loss. That first round was a little rough. Rach, my friend, you kind of froze. What happened?
I did. I've heard it happens. I'm surprised it hasn't happened to me sooner, but the fact that I did not get Nocturnal Animals, the fact that I did not get the Man of Uncle, those are going to haunt me. They really are, especially in a big match like this. I am proud of the way we came back in round 2. Like, I think we made a match of it. We got really close despite, you know, my unfortunate lapses in round 1. But, yeah, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and find a way to not blank like that in the future.
Yeah. I mean, you guys definitely came back. It got pretty close there for a while. Ken, how are you feeling? You were pretty on fire that first round.
Thank you. I feel good, and I hear a little bit of an attitude underneath your tone here. I feel it. I know you're a good person deep at heart. I know you've been trapped with this lion's den, and much like
trapped with the undefeated champs. Mm.
I understand. You're lost in the lights, and that's what we're about. We're about bringing back goodness and heroes, and a lot of people don't like to hear that. I understand, but that's what it is. And much like Rotten Tomatoes, I believe in the Lord, and I'll be praying for you, all right?
Well, thank you, Ken. I'll be praying for your next match for sure.
We are looking forward to that next match. We understand. First of all, I have all the faith in the world in Rachel the Crusher Cushing. She is a dominant force in singles, InnerGeekdom, and we consider ourselves one of the top teams. We are going to look ourselves in the mirror, because sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and ask questions. Did we get too far too fast?
Whenever I look in the mirror, I see
our
ugly.
own hype. Those
Tons
are
of
questions
hair,
your boys don't ask themselves. And they keep taking that hubris and riding that wave into the darkness. And look at these.
Oh, here they come again.
One appearance wasn't enough.
Stand by after watching Rachel carry this team all the way up to almost a title shot, and then for you to just keep talking like you're good at this game. I can't do it anymore. I can't stand by and watch.
You know, I'm kind of loving that this is kind of becoming like the Lion's Den interview takeover today.
I'm sorry.
I'm a fan.
First of all, how many times have you made love to that belt today? All right, let's just get that.
Way more than you have, because you'll never have one.
Oh!
I seek love and reality, sir. I seek love and reality. But congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations. You are talented. But we're not done here. And I still...
No, you're done. That's what happens when you lose.
Oh, no.
You got to talk with a mic in your face.
This is what I'm talking about, Ms. Hancock. This is what I'm talking about.
Works.
I mean, the attitude's been working pretty well for us so far.
Well, listen, Ken, let's
when Jeff's next to him.
lose Rachel for a little while.
No,
let's have
I'm
a
here.
one-on-one
I'm part of the
match
team.
so I can show everybody how much Rachel's carrying this team. I'm sick of you talking and riding the
It was going to be Rachel and JT.
I want to fight you. I've always been better at movie trivia with you.
Charlotte curveball on us now.
You may have a car, but I have the movie trivia.
That's right. That's right. You finally admit that. You're challenging me one-on-one. Did you see the first round, my friend? Did you see the first round?
I scored 22 points on the sideline. I scored just as much as your whole team together. How many did you score? The only thing you got was Paul Rubens. That's the only thing I'm mildly impressed by in that whole match.
First of all,
that was pretty impressive. I have to give you that.
You're not good at math. Otherwise, you'd factor a car payment into your budget. All right? So let's accept this right now. And you're going to see a new side of me, JT. You're going to see a new side. I've been quietly on the sidelines watching you. I've been in the shadows watching the doubt grow in your brain. And if I have to take you on one-on-one just to have you know that when you sit up there, it is Snyder that is carrying you, I will do it. I accept it. Mark it down.
Yes,
Tell your bosses, the ones that actually sign your checks, not the ones that pull you into matches against your own free will. I accept this challenge right now. I accept this one-on-one with you, JT.
Thank God. Tell you what, after I beat you and you have to retire from Schmoedown, I'll hire you as my personal driver, just to keep you something to do. I don't want you to be too sad.
You, sir, aren't
with
good enough to fit in my Camry.
Shots here.
Your ego could not fit in my Camry, sir.
All right, guys.
Well, at least it's not a Honda Civic.
You heard it here. Let's check in with the next match.
Very interesting that Emma Fife
Emma's not around.
And I got a text halfway through, and the text read that Emma Fife says, "I am not coming. Deal with it." That doesn't. That's very.
Doesn't sound like her.
Doesn't sound like her, but that's what she says. Okay, so Grace Hancock, I guess, will be doing the interviews for the rest of the time here. But now it's time for the InnerGeekdom Championship. Hector Navarro, Jeremy Jahns, and what a journey it's been to get here. We're going to show you right now.
That was a bummer, but
Lois's fiance,
my heart soul is
Richard
still with the
White,
Nerds Watch.
in the film Superman Returns. James Marsden.
And your winner and the new InnerGeekdom Champion of the World, Robert Meyer Burnett.
I think people should take me on now. I think it's time that I get my due. There is no one, anywhere, that can take me down.
And your winner and the new InnerGeekdom Champion of the World, Hector.
Now, as I hinted at in the Reactor Summit and what I said earlier in the video, we were all split down the middle in the Summit with this match. Again, half of us were for Hector, half of us were for Jahns. I personally picked the champion, but there was a specific reason as to why, which I brought up in the Summit, which they actually understood. They actually thought it was valid reasoning, which shocked the hell out of me. The thing that I have noticed when it came to the InnerGeekdom division is lately the people that know the most about the comic book movie categories have been starting to rise to the top of this division, because when you take the basic categories of the InnerGeekdom division, as I pointed out, you got Star Wars, Star Trek, Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings. So you got 4 categories there. And then the other 4 categories, you got Marvel, MCU, DC, EU. Now, as we all know, Hector Navarro's strength of genre is comic book movies, which means, based on that, Hector Navarro is getting his strength of genre pretty much half the time. That puts him at a huge advantage over Jahns in the match. To me, I went out and I basically said that I thought the champ was going to win this pretty handily. And that's not because I think that Jahns stinks. It's just the matter that Hector's getting his strength of category 3 times more often than Jahns is. I mean, I would argue that Hector is just as much of a guru in comic book movies than Jahns is in Star Wars. I mean, Hector treats comic book movies like a passion. It's a passion to him, just like Star Wars is a passion to Jahns. So, because Hector has such a strength in comic book movies, it's a huge deal with all of those comic book categories in the InnerGeekdom division. You get more of them asked in round 1. You have a better chance of spinning them in the wheel round. You have a better chance of picking them in the final round. To me, if this was a 3-round match, I would say that Jahns has more of a chance because, you know, the point margin won't be as, you know, spread. The fact that I think it's a 5-round match, I think the abundance of the comic book questions will build up as the match goes on. That I think the point total will just be too far for Jahns to be able to come back completely. I think he can come back and make it close, but I don't think it's enough to overtake him.
And I'm just going to clean it. I'm just going to sweep it up, sweep, and then that's it. Or maybe I'll get the extended universe, and then I'll clean it up.
I mean,
sweep it up, clean it.
I don't want to sell Jahns short because he's no goof. Well, he acts like a goof, but he's not a goof when it comes to trivia. Me personally, I think everything is going to have to go Jahns' way in order for him to win, just because he's just behind the 8 ball so much with the way that the categories are structured in the InnerGeekdom division.
I've always been brought here to have fun and be one
Jahns
of
is
the
going
good
to
guys,
have to try and match Hector punch for punch in the comic book categories for me to think that he can hold his own. And it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be tough.
Alright guys, and we're back heading into the highly anticipated InnerGeekdom title match. And I'm going to be calling the main event a little bit later, but Christian, right now I got a little bit of business to take care of.
I do have a little bit of business. Thank you, John Campia. We'll see him back in a little bit.
Back in a few minutes.
John Campia, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so as John leaves and we get ready for the InnerGeekdom Championship, before we do that, something happened at Star Wars Celebration. It was a big event. It was something really special that happened. We did a live Schmoedown from the event itself.
Very unusual they're
and a
bringing
lot
this
of you
up
guys
now.
came out and celebrated. And what an event it was. John Campia, Jeremy Jahns, Jenny Nicholson, Sam Witwer, and Ken Knapsack all went toe-to-toe in a Star Wars battle. And Ken Knapsack emerged the champion of the Star Wars division.
But we've never seen the belt.
And what I would like to do is not only announce my co-host for this next match, I would also like to present to you guys the Star Wars Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion, Ken the Pit Boss Knapsack. As Ken goes to sit down, and again, you can catch out. You know, this is a good time to plug Ken's show every Thursday.
He's got a belt. Hey, they finally made a belt.
Just now, I know it was a little tough, a little hard. I know exactly how you're going to feel in just a little bit here. But one thing that we didn't get a chance to do, you see, Hector Navarro's got that big shiny belt over there.
Yeah.
Mark Riley's running around with a nice belt. Those Patriots, JTE sleeps with that belt.
He does literally, yeah.
Well, now JTE was mistaken, my friend, when he said that you don't have a belt. You do. It is the Star Wars Championship belt.
Oh my
God! Vested to you. You are
they
the
finally
Star Wars
did it. It only
that
took
was
them
done by
what,
our good buddy
6
RB3,
months?
Robert
6
Butler
months to
III
do
made
that? Oh no,
tremendous belt for you. And that is the belt right there.
It was
Star Wars
during the Star Wars Celebration, not after Rogue One.
All my life I've wanted to win a championship belt.
That was,
I knew I couldn't get in the ring, but I could get in the trivia ring, and this means a lot. It especially means a lot that RB3
that was,
made it. RB3,
you would think they would have had a little more time to prepare for that.
All right, so there you go.
That belt looks snazzy.
So the Star Wars champion is going to join
damn
me,
snazzy.
and man, is he going to join me for a match. As you guys saw, as leading up, both Jeremy Jahns and Hector Navarro, they are going toe-to-toe. A lot of nice words, as you saw in the promo there from both of these guys. It's not like when Hector Navarro was going with Robert Meyer Burnett, and same thing with Jeremy Jahns. This is something different. This is just to show who is the best. They faced off once in the Schmoedown Spectacular back in December, but it was I think it was really before Jeremy found his footing.
Absolutely, and Jeremy Jahns is, don't let his ferret-like behavior confuse you. He can focus when he wants to. He really, really is a nerd at heart. He's not going to deny that, but this is where it really shines. He's not just a movie reviewer. He's not just this personality that's built up over the years. This is a guy who has hot toys staring at him from a shelf every night he goes to bed.
I give Jahns all the credit in the world,
Navarro
but
is a icy cold,
he's just at a huge disadvantage.
It's
just a matter of can he overcome the disadvantage of what Hector's abundance of strength and genre categories that he will get in the match. If he can overcome that, then he's got a shot. But
and before we get into the actual match,
it's going to be tough.
Really good, and a lot of things that you don't see with talking about this InnerGeekdom. You want to hear him talk about Star Wars, you want to hear him talk about comic books, and you want to see about the comedy. Well, then you check out his show on Verizon Go 90. It is the Awesome-tacular show, and Jeremy has a bit of that, a little promo for you right now.
Hello, my Awesome-tacularites. Welcome to another episode of Awesome-tacular, the show that lives up to its name. Truly. So here we are. We're about to learn about my girlfriend. Tell us about Harley Quinn.
Hey there, friend. We're backseat drivers lending a hand, getting you through this La La Land.
Don't worry, I'm throwing rocks at you.
Here we go.
Got it!
Mark.
Deepwater Horizon.
Whoa. If you actively choose to eat at a movie theater, bye, you're gonna die in about 20 years. Nice knowing you.
When we see The Force Awakens, Finn at this point is with the First Order. He goes and turns with...
There was this floating severed hand in space, and then that hand made me. So I guess I'm a clone?
One of the things we're talking about is how are they going to tie that into the movies now with the Vision? Is his actually the soul gem? Are they going to take that from him?
You just have to follow the directions. Girl, you know who are good cooks? Serial killers.
Jeremy, you're gonna guess? Yeah, Kill Bill.
Nope.
Mark, Back to the Future.
Nope.
Ooh, burned to a crisp. You know what that's like, right?
Oh, again.
Oh my God, hey, look who it is. It's your dead husband. And that's what makes it all awesome-tacular.
You see what he can do. You see what the man's ready to do. He has been around the internet space for a long time. Hector Navarro has been the champion now for a little bit. I'm ready to go. Ken, are you ready to go?
I'm getting my documents ready, got my scorecard going. Christian, let's get it going.
You got the tail of the tape here, Ken.
I do have the tail of the tape. Jeremy Jahns, his strengths include Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, all the things that normally wouldn't be used to your advantage in a normal society are his strengths here.
They say comic book movies, MCU, DC, EU. Aren't they comic book movies? Or am I missing something?
DC, Marvel, doesn't matter. And he's pretty well rounded in the other categories. He is a titan in this game.
He sure is. All right, so I'm ready to go if you're ready to go.
I am ready, sir.
Comic book movies, MCU, DC, EU.
The movie Trivia Schmoedown.
I guess I've been wrong all these years. MCU is not a comic book universe.
Of the world. Introducing first, the challenger. Representing Awesome-tacular. With a record
representing himself.
1 defeat. He is the Joker, Jeremy Jahns.
Oh, he got the lightsaber again. The Joker doesn't use lightsabers.
He's been studying. He's reviewing the Harry Potter movies over the last month and a half, 2 months. He's ready to go.
He has been sleeping in that
reviewing all them Harry Potter movies, and he'll probably get 4 questions involving Harry Potter in the whole game.
In the audience for Jahns, there's a lot of stuff going on. And his opponent. Representing Geek and Sundry with a record of 1 win, 1 defeat. He is the undisputed movie trivia Schmoedown InnerGeekdom Champion of the world,
Mr. Blue Sky,
Hector, the Nightmare,
Navarro.
Hector, the champion, is ready. The belt waiting for him.
A belt waiting for him. Hector's a guy, man. Just so is Jeremy. This is going to be a fun, spirited competition between respective rivals.
Totally agree. All right, so
Wonder Woman and Black Panther.
Round 1's going to work like this. 12 questions in round number 1. The
12 questions from the categories of Marvel, MCU, DC, EU.
1 point apiece.
There's 4 there.
Again, you have the JTE rule.
And again, depending on how the remaining 4 additional questions are, could get some more comic book questions. So,
if not, you lose it.
Who knows? It's gonna be interesting to see how the categories fall.
Yes.
The challenger, are you ready?
Sure am.
Then let's get ready
to
Schmoedown!
Yay!
5 rounds for the championship. Here we go. Ken, you go first.
Question 1, category is Star Trek. Star Trek, who played the alien scavenger Jala in Star Trek Beyond?
You ever seen a Star Trek movie?
I absolutely have seen a Star Trek.
You like Star Trek?
Yeah, I like the one with the whales.
No, you don't.
I do.
You're lying.
I like whales.
5.
Should know this.
4.
Can you repeat the question, please?
It's 1 for Hector.
Sure.
Oh.
Who played the alien scavenger Jala in Star Trek Beyond?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. The champion.
Couldn't think of it.
Okay, Jeremy.
The Mummy?
I mean,
we can't give you the point,
she's in it.
But yes.
Sophia Boutella.
Yeah, Sophia Boutella is the answer, but
What's her name?
Sophia Boutella.
Right.
Boutella.
Tiffany Smith.
Sophia Boutella.
All right, next question in the category of Lord of the
Don't worry,
Rings.
Jahns. I'd give you a quarter of a
By what name
point.
do the Gondorians commonly call Gandalf other than the White Rider in Return of the King?
And other than Gandalf.
Correct.
Well, shit.
Have you ever fallen off a horse?
I might have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I might
Other
have.
than Gandalf? All right.
Other than Gandalf. I don't know what's happening anymore.
You know what? It's the start of a great long event, Christian.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Jeremy.
This man of many names, I believe Mithrandir?
That's correct. Hector.
Old Man Magneto?
Incorrect. So Jeremy Jahns taking the lead there.
Behind the scenes. It's
I would
behind
say
the
Old Man
scenes.
Magneto.
All right, here we go.
Question 3, category MCU.
Okay,
What kind
finally.
of bird
Finally a
did
comic
Hulk
book
scare
question.
away when he crashed through the roof of the warehouse in The Avengers?
Man, that one, that's something.
Have you ever fallen through a roof of a
That's such
warehouse?
After the way
random
I
question.
I'd say yes.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3,
Crows.
1. Hector Navarro.
City pigeons.
Correct. Jeremy.
Pigeons.
Correct. All right, 2-1 there. All right.
So that's what John's going to have to do. He's going to have to match
Question
Hector punch for punch in these
the category of
categories.
Harry Potter. Who played Professor Phileas Flitwick, Charms Master at Hogwarts in the Harry Potter series?
I'm not sure, but I think Flitwick is a sexual position.
Just come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeremy Jahns.
Warwick Davis?
Correct. Hector.
Warwick Davis.
Correct. Wow, 3-2 battle.
You weren't
This
too
is why
sure
it's a
about that one.
championship match.
Absolutely. Question 5. The category is Star Wars. What was the name of Darth Sidious's master? I own 5 cloaks.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't. 10 maybe? What colors?
Oh, all black. I'm a Sith.
You're full of shit. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hector Navarro.
Darth Plagueis.
Correct. Jeremy.
The Wise.
That's correct. Darth
That's
Plagueis.
the other
All right,
interesting
there you
thing.
go. 4
John's is obviously
All
a
right,
guru at
next
Star
question.
Wars, but I
Category
think
of
Hector
Marvel
knows enough
films.
about Star Wars
Marvel
that he
films.
can hold his own.
In 2002
I'm pretty sure that
Spider-Man,
Hector can.
How does Norman Osborn / the Green Goblin meet his end?
He's a glider. What's his chest?
Willem Dafoe.
Skewered.
Good old Willem.
Yeah.
Not William. Willem.
Impaled by his glider.
That's a fact. You're stating fact.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Jeremy Jahns.
Like in the comics, his glider impales him.
That's correct. Hector.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
That's
Got it.
Yeah, but
That's
got
correct.
He's got it. All right. Here we go. Next one.
Question 7. Category is DC. What actor received top billing for 1978's Superman?
Good old Soups.
Love how we were writing it before he actually finished it.
Yeah,
Well, I
we
hope
knew-
we're right.
Yes. Yep.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Hector.
I must save Krypton.
That's correct.
Brando is correct. What do you got?
Godfather, Marlon Brando.
That is
correct.
correct. All right.
Krypton.
Ken, I haven't heard a good groan from the audience in a while. So in the category of the DCEU, who plays Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman?
Wow. Wow, that's a tough
Questions,
one.
I just mispronounced them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jeremy.
James T. Kirk. Chris Pine.
Thank you. Hector.
I got the same thing.
Can you? Yeah, there you go. All right.
Question 9. Category back to Star Trek. Who landed the final blow that sent Kruge into a sea of lava in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure thing. And am I pronouncing that right? Any from the audience? Yes. Okay. Good. Who landed the final blow that sent Kruge into a sea of lava in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock?
I believe that's Hector's second JTE use, right?
It is.
9 questions in, and he's
got one
already
more?
used
Yeah,
2
one more.
JTE rules.
All right.
It's a
and
little
5,
worrisome.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hector.
Captain James T. Kirk.
That's correct. Jeremy.
I have had enough of you! As he kicks him in the lava.
He's also got it too. Okay, so we got 8-7. Jeremy Jahns with a 1-point lead here. 8-7. All right, question number 10. In the category of Lord of the Rings, what race of being is Treebeard? Do you know that?
I noticed that they're not adding any more
no,
comic
but,
book questions
I have
to these
fallen out of
additional
trees.
4.
Did you really?
What
It's
a
a theme today.
shock!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeremy.
He's an Ent.
That is correct. Hector.
Just like Groot, an Ent.
There you go. All right. 2 questions left here in round 1 with the challenger with a 1-point lead.
Question 11, category is MCU. How old was Tony Stark when he took over Stark Industries?
Man,
Yes, I'm
I would.
glad I'm not competing in this.
19?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Hector Navarro.
18 years of age.
It's incorrect. Jeremy?
20?
Incorrect.
Look for 21.
Damn it.
21.
All right.
Old enough to drink.
All right, your final question. Your final question. In.
We all guessed everything around it, but you were wrong. All wrong.
In Harry Potter, what are the names of the Weasley twins in the Harry Potter saga? What are the name of the twins? All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jeremy.
Fred and George.
That's correct. Hector.
Dominic and Brian.
I mean,
incorrect. Jeremy Jahns taking a 2-point lead now as we round number 2. Round number 1 is in the books. There you go, 10-8. Big round. The challenger has a 2-point lead here going into round number 2, but it's far from over.
It is absolutely.
This is going to be interesting because I said in the wheel round
number
there was
2
0% chance that opponent's choice, spinner's choice would be on the wheel.
Spin the wheel. If they don't like what they get the first time, they can.
We'll
spin
find
a
out very
second
quickly
time.
if I'm
4
proven
questions
correct
in
or not.
World, they get 2 points apiece.
I said there would be no way because why would you give Jahns an extra wedge to try and get Star Wars? To me, that didn't make any sense.
You are in the lead here by 2. Would you like to go first or second?
I would go first. I'm going to get this
He
out of the
put
way.
him on there. I don't understand it.
Good spin.
How do you do that? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm using the Force.
Marvel movies. Marvel movies.
That's Marvel, not MCU, right?
Marvel movies.
I'm reading your face. I'm going to take it. Why not?
Taking it. All right, here you go. All right, he's going to take Marvel movies.
Before everything was linked in a universe, there was Marvel.
You get 4 questions here.
Okay.
For 2 points apiece.
That right there, that could be the strategy that ends up costing
multiple
Hector.
choice.
All right. Remind me of that because I'm going to forget.
All right.
All right, you got the category of Marvel movies. Question 1. In X-Men Days of Future Past, in the future timeline, who does Logan injure with his claws?
He injures Kitty Pryde.
That's correct for 2
points for Jeremy Jahns. All right, next one.
Question 2. In 2003's Daredevil, Matt Murdock was blinded by what?
Do you need specifics, or can I just say, like, toxic chemicals splashed in his eyes?
We'll accept that.
Toxic chemicals splashed in his eyes.
All right.
Question number 3. 3 is the number of the question, and the question is 3. In Logan, what animal does Charles compare Laura to?
Ooh. This is I gotta go multiple choice on this one.
A hawk. B, a lioness. C, a raptor.
Okay.
D, a bobcat.
Can I hear the choices again?
One more time, yeah.
A hawk. B, a lioness. C, a raptor. D, a bobcat.
Lioness?
That's correct.
1 point. All right.
Okay.
And your
He
final
was explaining
question.
the foot claw.
Yeah, because of the feet, right.
Yeah.
It's an evolutionary right.
All right, so final
question. Final question, category Marvel. What does Deadpool say is the, quote, old-fashioned way of doing things?
Can I need multiple choice? I hear you laughing. I'm going to need multiple choice on this one, so he only gets 1 point.
A, with 2 fists and a music beat to punch to. B, with 2 guns and plenty of ammo. C, with 2 swords and maximum effort. D, with 2 brass knuckles and a woman to go home to.
It's maximum effort that's standing out to me, so that one, see?
See, that is correct. 1
Jeremy
point.
Jahns having a nice second round here. So now the champion will spin.
All right.
Hector, go ahead. Good spin by the champion here.
It was okay. It was all right.
It moved on you.
I don't want to break the thing.
And we're going to land
You break that fucker, Hector.
on... Who said it? Who said it? I'll land on who said it.
I'll spin again.
You're going to spin again? All right, here we
Just
go.
go for trying to hit a comic book category. That's all you just need to do.
Spin by Hector.
Still don't know why you put spinner opponent's choice on there. It's so weird. It's going to cost him.
DC movies. Good spin for Hector Navarro. Big spin for Hector. All right, here we
Okay.
go. Hector, you have 4 questions in the realm of DC movies. In 1978 Superman, what happens to Air Force One that causes Superman to come to the rescue?
It gets struck by lightning?
Correct for 2 points. Hector, what character was the main villain in Jonah Hex?
That's cruel.
It's a DC film.
Turnbull.
We'll accept it. Turnbull is correct. Absolutely. 2 points.
All right.
2
Props
points.
on that. That's
2
props.
points. Question 3, Hector. In Batman Begins, what item did Bruce and Rachel fight over as children?
It was an item of Native American cultural relevance that Bruce Wayne found in his backyard, a little arrowhead.
You
rock.
got it. You got it. 2 points. 2 points. All right.
She gave it to him. She gave it to him and as a gift on his 30th birthday, and then he said, "I'll be Batman."
We get it. You're good at this. Here we go. And your final question here to tie the game. What is the name of the Green Lantern who crashed to Earth and after being mortally wounded, his power ring chose Hal Jordan to be his replacement?
Of course he gets a Green Lantern question.
That would be Abensur.
And you tied the game.
That is
That's why
correct.
the champion is as good as he is. 16-16, and we go into round number 3, which is the
He
betting
took too
round.
much of a risk there putting Spinner's
so here's
opponent's
how
choice
round
on
number
there,
3
my
is gonna
honest
work.
opinion. I don't think that
The
was
champion
necessary.
will spin the wheel.
I don't
Whatever
think
that
Hector had
lands
anything
on,
to
the
gain from
competitors
him on there.
will get a chance to bet
He had nothing to
upwards
gain, he would only
3
help
points.
Jahns.
They can
That
bet
was
a minimum of 0 points.
that was
up to 3
unnecessary
points once they
to
see
try.
the category.
If you took him off,
they bet and they
he would have had a
get
1 in
correct,
3
they will
chance to
lose the
spin a
amount of
comic
points that
book
they bet.
category.
And
If you
the
put
opposite
Spinner's
that, they
choice
will
on there,
get the
he gets a
amount of points
1
that
in
they bet if they choose
2.5
correctly.
chance.
All right, so
It's like,
we will now have Hector Navarro.
you're not increasing your
Go
odds.
ahead
doing
and
that.
spin
That
that
was
wheel,
just,
and whatever it lands on.
I mean, I like you, Hector, but that was not
Here
smart.
we go.
Not smart.
All right, and it's gonna land. Where's it going? Okay.
It's a big spin.
It's a big spin, and it's gonna go on. Spinner's choice.
All right.
Spinner's choice. You can choose any category to get the betting round.
I'll take
Take DC.
I'll take MCU movies.
Take the MCU. All right, so write your points down, please, of how many you're going to bet from the MCU.
Is it just one question or how
Just
many?
one question. You're going to get one question. Show the points to Copster, please. Let him see the points that you bet, and then we are going to ask the question. All right, here we
Bid
go.
2.
15 seconds. All right, category of the MCU. One of the first things Tony wanted when he returned from captivity in Iron Man was to hold a press conference. What was the other thing that he wanted?
Do we write it down? Or?
Yeah, write it down. Don't answer it. Write it down.
Oh.
Write it down, and then both you guys write it down, and then I'll tell you when to reveal it.
He's not used to championship matches because it's been so long since he had
When he
one.
returned from captivity in Iron Man was to hold a press conference. What was the other thing he wanted? All right, pens down, please. All right, so Hector, how many points did you bet? 3 points, and you chose.
I want an American cheeseburger.
That's
I don't
3
know
points.
why he chose Burger King, but he chose Burger King.
Because that's the sponsor. 3 points. Hector Navarro and Jeremy Jahns, how many points did you bet?
You live in LA, Tony. Swing by an In-N-Out, bud. What are you doing?
How many points?
I bet 2 points.
And you chose
American cheeseburger.
There you go. So Jeremy Jahns now only down by 1 point.
Nice. That's nice.
That was big. Okay, 19-18. Now we get into the
Ay. Well,
so it's going to work like this. There's going to
Jahns
be
has held his
5
own. He's not going to get
When
he's
the
not going to
competitors
get
buzz
beat
in,
down.
whoever
It's not going to
buzzes
be an
in
easy
first
win.
has 2
But
seconds to answer. If they get it correct, they get 1 point. If they miss, they lose 1 point.
this is the X factor.
5. You get 5 questions.
Coming
2
down to
seconds
speed.
To answer.
Big
Here we go.
surprise.
Speed round in the category of Marvel films. In the Raimi Spider-Man films, what is the name of the newspaper editor that Peter Parker worked for as a freelance photographer? Jeremy.
J. Jonah Jameson.
That's 1 point. All right. These are speed rounds. They're not necessarily hard, but you got to buzz in. All right. Question 2. Harry Potter. What is the shape of Harry Potter's scar?
Lightning bolt.
Jeremy Jahns. Lightning bolt. Jeremy Jahns now 20. Just getting a little quicker than Hector.
I honestly thought you were going to say penis. I was like, we don't know. We don't know yet.
Question 3.
Still a lightning bolt, yeah.
All right, category of Star Wars. Who was R2's opponent in the holoboard game?
Chewy. Oh, no.
Correct. Jeremy Jahns now 21-19. Ken.
Dang it.
Category.
Absolutely. Category MCU. MCU. What is the name of Thor's father?
Odin.
Jeremy just buzzing in, but
He's a
split
beast.
hair.
He's a beast.
Split hair.
Final question, Christian. Final question. Category Lord of the Rings. Who says if you take one more step, it'll be the farthest away?
Samwise Gamgee.
That's correct, even though that was a butcher comment. Jeremy Jahns
Very nice. Very
takes
nice.
5 points. They're a 5-point lead now going into the championship round. That was big for Jeremy. That speed round really paid off. All right, round number 5, the championship round, the final round. It comes down to this. So the competitors will get to choose 3 numbers between 1 and 14. First one is worth 2. The second one worth 3. The third one worth 5 points. All right, so Jeremy, you have the lead right now. Please pick 3 numbers from 1 to 14.
1 to 14. I'll do 7 and 8 and 3.
7, 8, and 3. Hector.
Hey, you know, I like them. I like them. Sure.
Yeah. 4. 10's jumping out at me. 1.
4, 10, and 1.
Yeah.
Hector Navarro, the champion, will get a chance first. He needs to hit his 2 and his 3. He has to avoid the TKO
I'm already
in this
foreseeing
round.
this
this
conclusion because
absolutely, you pick
no one's
number
gonna let
4.
me win.
That is the category of
anything.
MCU. Your 2-point question. What brand is Peter Quill's portable cassette player?
Walkman. Sony Walkman.
There you
That's
go.
correct.
All right,
That's
2
correct.
points. All right, here we go. So now Hector's still in. Hector needs his 3-pointer in order to throw it back to Jeremy.
All right, Hector, the number 10 jumped out of you, and that is the category of Marvel. Marvel films. 3-point question. Other than Deadpool, what other Marvel Properties film does Ryan Reynolds have a lead role in?
Blade. Trinity.
There you go.
Correct.
All right, so we jump back now. Jeremy Jahns has to hit his 2 in order to force it back to Hector to force Hector to do a 5. All right, so Jeremy, you chose category 7 for your first category, and you chose a little movie called Star Wars. For your 2-pointer, how do Han, Leia, Chewie, and C-3PO slip away from the Star Destroyer before heading to Cloud City?
Slip away from the Star Destroyer?
Mm-hmm. Five.
Wait, hold on. Can you repeat the question?
Yep. How do Han, Leia, Chewie, and C-3PO slip away from the Star Destroyer before heading to Cloud City?
How do they slip away from the... Obi-Wan Kenobi's distracting them with Darth Vader's lightsaber fight?
They float away with the trash. They float away with the trash.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Okay, so, all right.
Jeremy missed the...
Star Destroyer, not Death Star. It's the pressure of the game.
They missed that one. All right, so our next category, Jeremy, you chose number 8, which is the DC movies. DC movies. All right, DC movies. Jeremy, what is the name of Lex Luthor's female assistant in 1978's Superman?
Miss Tessmacher?
3 points for Jeremy Jahns. Sends it back to Hector Navarro. Now, Hector Navarro needs to hit this. If he misses it, Jeremy Jahns is the new champion. But if he hits it, it goes back to Jeremy. Jeremy will have to hit his 5-pointer. Ken, here we go.
All right, you chose the number 1. That is the category of heroes. 5-point question. 5-point question is, who plays General Swanwick in Man of Steel?
Harry Lennox.
That's correct. Hector Navarro has done it here. He's 29-26, forcing Jeremy
Jahns is going to get
earn it
Harry
here.
Potter.
Jeremy Jahns needs
those movies he's been reviewing the whole time.
Or Hector
I'm waiting
will
for it.
remain the champion.
You got this.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's Harry Potter.
Jeremy Jahns in the category of scores and soundtracks.
Oh!
Scores and soundtracks.
Where did that category come from?
Jeremy, what 80s rock song did 2008's Iron Man opened to?
I know the song. I can't think of the name. Dun, 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 dun.
5.
Oh.
Four.
I'm going to JTE you in a second.
3, 2.
Can you repeat it, please?
What 80s rock song did 2008's Iron Man open to?
Super Freak?
And your winner!
I don't know! It's a music question!
Oh my God!
Movie Trivia Schmoedown! Champion of the world, Hector the Nightmare Navarro! The answer was Back in Black by AC/DC. Back in Black, AC/DC.
Wow.
Hector Navarro keeps the title.
Jahns was humming the tune.
He was there.
He was right there. He was humming the tune. That's what happens sometimes.
The belt was right in his hands, and it just, that song, the dreaded scores and soundtracks, that's what it was. Man,
these
the crowd is
5-point
shocked right now.
but categories right now have just been random as hell so
is a
far.
machine. You see it in his eyes.
Harry
He
Lennox,
pulls,
pull.
Dance
these
films,
answers out of his mind. It's
heroes,
so Ken, I got a
scores and
little thing I gotta do in a
soundtracks.
second here.
Yes, sir.
But before we do, we're going to throw now to Grace Hancock, who's got the champion with a successful defense, Hector Navarro, and the challenger, Jeremy Jahns.
Hey guys, and we're back with our champion, Hector
second.
Navarro, who just
Something's
defended
going
for the
on.
very first time the InnerGeekdom belt.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That was a very close match.
That was a nail biter. I thought I was out. I thought I
Were
was
you
out at the end.
nervous?
Oh yeah. I
Did
mean,
you think that he had that last question?
absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Look, it's the perfect storm when you're up there. I totally get it where you freak out, but I'm like, I know that Jeremy knows.
Right.
It's a very popular. When we
Right.
get soundtracks and scores, I expect like scores, like composers,
Like Howard Shore.
Yes,
Sure.
like who composed the, you know. But
Right.
I'm like,
Not
that's such an
soundtrack
iconic. That's
stuff,
such
yeah.
an like. And Marvel has soundtracks that when they use their songs, they tend to use them pretty well. Guardians is a good example.
Absolutely,
Iron
yeah.
Man.
Cherry
Everybody
bomb.
remembers
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That
yeah,
first
yeah.
shot is him
Something
with
very
the glass.
random is
Back
going
in
off.
black. Hit the set.
I know, I
Great.
know.
Oh,
Well,
thought I was out.
I mean, okay, so how did you feel about the speed round? You were a
That was-
little
that was
slow to the
stunning.
buzzer,
I
my
was
friend.
pathetic.
I
I
thought,
know. I think it was because I was waiting
thought
for like
Jahns
the
had
whole
that in the
question.
bag there for a
the
while.
first question was, who
Wow.
is Peter Parker's boss? And I thought it was a trick question because they said, who
At
was
least
his
I
editor?
won't,
and I'm like, editor-in-chief
At least I won't
was
lose
J.
every
Jonah
game.
Jameson. Like another
I love
editor
the
That was
level of
looking,
knowledge that you
was
have, 'cause
Robbie
I would've
Robertson.
pretty
been-
academic there for a
I'm
while.
like, it's too easy. It's too easy. But that was my own fault. I should have just buzzed in and just kind of gone for it.
Yeah.
Gone for it. So
I mean, that's the thing with the
pathetic.
speed round. It's a hit or miss thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first
But
time that
you
you've ever
notice-
defended this belt. What,
Yes.
As I
what's
said,
next for you? What are we
every
doing
single
now?
question
I
that
don't
Hector
know.
got
I honestly don't know.
in the final round.
I got a promising career.
But
you know,
they were
I'm part of
comic
the
book
Young
movie
Bucks.
que-
Oh, here
questions.
we go.
Every single one of them.
Look at this.
We got some real representation going here.
Yes.
You know, we have a lot going with the Young Bucks. People underestimate us. We have the champion here, InnerGeekdom. You know, I don't know what those lion didn't. You know, I'm sorry, unfortunately.
Lion's Den.
Yeah, whatever. Those chumps.
Oh, are you in that?
Yeah.
I am in that.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry that I'm hanging out with completely undefeated champions all day. Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right,
Listen.
that was a good one. All right, I'll give you that one. That was a good burn.
Listen.
That was
You
a
guys
good burn.
tried to recruit Jeremy Jahns.
Yep.
Didn't work.
Oh,
Listen.
ouch.
This man, he's proven what he's
Young
got.
Bucks.
Young Bucks.
Young
we're up
Bucks.
here. What about Coy? What about Coy?
Yeah,
Oh,
I hear
Coy?
that you have a challenge from.
Did he try to challenge me?
Yeah.
This is honestly the first time hearing about it.
Well, we're gonna put you on the spot. How do you feel about that?
Look, I saw Coy's last performance, and he dropped some balls. I'll put it that way. And he knows his stuff, but he dropped some balls, some stuff that I know he knew. So honestly, him as a competitor, I'm not concerned about it. He's a good dear friend. We'll have a great time talking about Spider-Man and Deadpool and maybe other things he also enjoys. But as far as going up against him, I'm not worried about it.
You're not intimidated.
Not at all. Coy, it'll be a good time. I'll beat him. I'll shake his hand. We'll go get some comic books afterwards. That's me and Coy.
Aw, I love your guys' really precious attitude.
It's
it
very
really
precious.
warms my heart.
Yeah.
All right, well, sir, congrats to the Young Bucks and
Yes.
congrats on defending this.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, and here we are with our unfortunate loser. I have to say, Jeremy, it pains me to say this. I was kind of rooting for you. Don't tell anybody I said that.
You're not supposed to
You
have
were so
rooting
close.
interests.
It was such a tight match. You were
I was.
killing it in the speed round. What happened?
You know, scores and soundtracks happened, which is funny about it was by one question, and
Right,
I'm
it was
glad.
very
I'm glad
close.
it wasn't a stomp. It was a good game. It was a good round. It was a good match, all in all. But when it's so close and you just miss it, it kind of hurts that much more.
I mean, are you ever going to watch Iron Man ever again in your life?
Yeah, and I'll never remember the name of that song.
How
because
can you not know? AC/DC is my jam.
you know what's funny?
You disappointed me.
Everyone at every other Schmoedown is like, how do you not know everything about Casablanca?
How do you
It's a
not know
classic.
that?
I
How do you not know
I
AC/DC?
I don't know the titles of
And then we
classic
get
rock.
to Iron Man and AC/DC, and you drop the ball.
Yeah, totally. It's right when he says scores and soundtracks, I was like, well, this might be trouble. Unless it's who composed the music to Star Wars, I'm probably a little screwed right now.
Right. Okay, so, you know, you studied up on your Harry Potter, which you got all correct, by the way. I was very proud. I know
I
you've
got
been
all
working
Harry
on
Potter.
that.
Redemption.
So today was not really your day. What's next, Mr. Jeremy Jahns?
Well, you know, I think only in a situation.
Spectacular man.
Stop. I think only in a situation like this can you lose by one question and have it not really be your day. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Now I go back to just doing the YouTube videos for the people and living a
Just like
relatively
me.
happy life.
You're in the
online.
same group with me.
not bad.
Welcome
I hope
to
you're
the
not saying that you're
family.
retiring from the Schmoedown.
I'll be back for it. And you know the good thing about this is there was a lot of venom between Hector and Robert Meyer Burnett. I didn't
Sure.
know what to expect with Hector.
Right.
He's a really nice dude, really cool dude, really knows his
pretty
stuff.
nice.
If I lost to an asshole, that'd be one thing. Cool guy, knows his shit. There's a reason he has the belt. He does deserve it. So I'm glad I lost to someone of his, quality of character.
All right. Well, hey, I think that's a great attitude to have. I don't see a lot of that. I'm impressed by that.
Oh, well, don't tell anybody.
I'm sorry that you didn't take the belt home today.
Ah, it's all right. So I got my Star Wars curtain cape.
Yes, you do, as we all are aware. All right, back to you guys.
So there you have it. The champion Hector Navarro barely gets by Jeremy Jahns. I'm sure Jeremy is going to be kicking himself over that Star Wars question. Ken.
Absolutely. He's going to be wrapping himself in those Star Wars sheets crying tonight.
Well, listen, we've had two great matches already. The InnerGeekdom, your match, and there's a lot more to come. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you click on the next part because we have my match against Jeff Snyder. It's a #1 contenders match. And, of course, the triple threat match for the championship. Dangerous Dan Murrell, the Outlaw John Roca, and the champion Mark Yodi Riley go head to head to head in just a little bit. Click on that link.
Click here for part 2. Click here for part 2. Or any. Okay, I'm going to assume that there's nothing more there. If there's not, then let me. Yeah, no, there's nothing more. Okay, so I went 1-1 in part 1 of Collider I was very fortunate to be 1-1 at that. But ultimately, everything that I stated in the Reactor Summit ended up coming to fruition. The comic book categories played a role in everything in rounds 2, 3, and the final round. Hector got DC, completely ran the table, 4 for 4, didn't even need multiple choice. Jeopardy round, picked MCU, got it right, ended up taking the lead. He ended up having a fumble there in the speed round, got swept in those. But yeah, as I said, and in the final round, comic book question, comic book question, comic book question, yes, 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 right, right, right. And ended up playing making all the difference in the match. So yeah, very relieved that Hector got the win. Not just because it makes me look somewhat smart doing research and having knowledge in the summit, but also I picked Navarro to win in our League of Extraordinary Gentlemen fantasy game, and I went double down on Navarro, so it's a good thing I got that right. That's a bunch of points to win there. But yeah, so with that being said, that's going to do it for part 1 of Collider Collision. By the time I'm done with this, I'm sure part 2 will have come up, and yeah, so stick around. I will be right back with part 2 of Movie Trivia Schmoedown, Collider Collision. So, I'll be right back. I'll check you there.